Okay. Okay. So, adding and subtracting radicals. Okay. We have to have like terms, just like you had solving a polynomial. So, what I'm talking about is this. So, if I gave you something like 2x squared minus 7x plus 3x squared plus 2x, how would you handle this?
Combine like terms.
So, 2x squared goes with 3x squared.
5x squared.
And negative 7x goes with 2x.
That's negative 5x.
Okay. You need to have the same thing with radicals. We have to have like radicals in order to simplify. Okay, and add and subtract. So before I do anything, we need to simplify each one of these separately. Okay, so they want me to break down the square root of 18. So we need to break down 18 first. Sorry, I hate the factor tree. I'm going to do this. So 18 is divisible by 2, which leaves me with 9. 3 leaves me with 3. And 3 finally leaves me with 1. Okay, so when I'm circling, what am I grouping in? 2's. That is not an index. It is a coefficient. Okay, so be careful with that. My index would be really tiny right here. Okay, my index is not written, so I'm grouping in 2's. So I circle these 3's. Okay, so that means this 3 comes out front. Well, guess what? I already have a negative 3 there. You can't lose that. So when you already have something there and you're pulling something else out front, you need to multiply those. So negative 9. Square roots of 2. Because I've got a 2 left. Okay, don't forget I've got this 2 that was not circled. It's got to go back underneath that square root. The only reason you would ever get rid of a square root is if everything is circled. Okay, so now we need to simplify this middle one. I need to break down 8. So 2 and 4, 2 and 2, 2 and 1. What am I grouping in here? 2's. So I've got a 2 out front that comes and combines with that 3. So this is plus 6. And then I've got a 2 left over, so square roots of 2. Okay. The last one I have to break down is 24.
Miss Mia.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have Louise?
I do.
Can you sit up to the office? He's leaving.
Sure.
And you better get that notebook done, period.
You have an IXL. Will somebody text him later and tell him what the homework is?
No, I'm just kidding. I will. I got you.
You can go online and look at it. Oh, no, never mind.
2 and 12. 2 and 6. 2 and 3. 3 and 1. What am I grouping in? 2's. So I have a 2 that comes out front. There wasn't anything there to begin with, so it's just a 2.
Miss Mia.
Yes?
I'm sorry. I need Kathy as well.
Okay.
Thanks.
Back underneath the square root goes a 6 because I have a 2 and a 3 left over. And 2 times 3 gives me 6. Okay, now that everything is simplified, we have to combine like terms. What are my like terms? The square roots of 2. This, oh my God. Yeah, I missed. Thank you.
Yeah.
No.
You go.
Okay, so these two are the same, so we combine them. Okay, we combine them just like I did here. You take your coefficients and either add or subtract. So -9 plus 6 is -3. And you keep your square root of 2, just like you would keep your x or your x squared. Minus 2 square roots of 6. And we totally just did all those steps in number 1 instead of spreading it out.
Sheesh.
Sweet.
That was
Oh.
We were supposed to do this part in step 2 and then do the final part in step 3.
Well, you know what?
If-
So all you do
But I
is
mean,
divide by
it's
two.
So your steps are right
It's
there.
a flow. It's a flow.
I rolled with it.
You run with it.
Okay. So that's your final answer.
How did you get the last part? I get everything else. Nice. That -3 squared.
Okay, so if I had -7x and 2x, you would take -7 plus 2 gave you -5, and you keep your x. Okay, so same thing happens here. I take -9 plus 6, which gives me -3, and keep your square root of 2.
So why can't you add those two?
Because this is the square root of 2 and this is the square root of 6. They're not like terms. That's like having an x and an x squared.
Okay, okay.
They're not the same,
Okay, I got it.
okay? They're not the same.
Because these two are the same, right?
Your square root and what's underneath of it has to be exactly the same in order to combine them. Okay? So this glues in on page.
111.
But we didn't update our title page.
Yes,
We did.
Oh, Allie didn't do it.
Oh, Allie.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Don't worry. It'll be up there tomorrow for you to
Is it
update.
not on 11? That was 111, right?
Yes. Bye.
Bye, Alfredo and Kathy. Bye.
Smith.
Oh, Kathy was pretty.
111.
Oh my. Wait, are they that smells so great. Like, her blue, like, that smells good. What, you never told us what page it's on? Yep. 11. Yes or no? Come on.
Come on.
Probably someone took
This just means you have more stuff to do tonight.
I didn't know what you said, sorry.
He was just asked was Alfredo.
Okay. So, this is just another foldable that reiterates what you need to do. Okay? So, step 1 says, group terms with like radicans. So, what goes together? What has like terms with 4 square roots of 2? Okay, don't forget the minus sign in front. So those two go together. What else goes together? All the 3s, all 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Yes. Okay, so
Okay, wait. Thank you. I cannot help it.
okay, so now they want us to add or subtract the coefficients. So the coefficients in front of my square roots were 4 and -2.
So 2.
So that gives me +2. Keep your like term of square root of 2. Okay, My coefficients in front of the square root of 3 were positive 5, positive 6, and negative 7. Positive 4. And keep your like term, square root of 3.
That was, dang. We're done.
Okay, so it's really easy when you don't need to simplify. Okay, it becomes difficult when you have to simplify because then there's extra steps that you have to throw in there. Your last blank for this bottom part, you can only add or subtract radicals with the same radicand.
Radican.
Don't say eradicate.
Because you radicand.
Period.
Radicand.
You just ruined it. Really. Thanks a lot.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah.
It's radicand.
Yes.
She said you just ruined
I
it.
thought it was just radicand.
First of all, Tay, that's what. Look at me.
Huh?
I just ruined it by making it.
You said what? Hold on.
Right.
Sorry, I thought that I didn't know. I just said
That's why you know.
radicand.
Okay,
Wait.
hold on for now. I will show you how to glue it all in a second. We need to finish this booklet first. Okay, I am on the first page of your booklet, friends.
Oh, jeez. He jumped.
Okay.
First page of your booklet.
Wait, I'm like, not even close. Is this the same one as the other one?
Okay, so you're going to learn real fast. There's some things that we just cannot simplify. Okay, some things are already simplified. I will explain how to glue all that in 1 second. We need to finish this booklet first. Okay, so like this problem, which one of these cannot be simplified? The square root of 2. The square root of 2 is already taken care of. You don't need to worry about that. Okay, but we need to simplify that middle term and the last term. So this first term, I'm going to bring down here. So I know it's already done. Okay, I'm just going to drop it on down. Bring it on down. Okay, I now need to simplify the square root of 20. 2 and 10, 2 and 5, 5 and 1. Okay, what am I grouping in? Twos. So I have a 2 that comes out front and goes with my 3, and I have a 5 that stays underneath. So this becomes 6 square roots of 5. There was already a 3 out there. Do not lose that 3 that was already outside. And again, if it's big, it's a coefficient. It is not your index.
So our 3 would basically be our.
Wait, what?
If it was your index, you would have circled in 3s.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because it would have been cubed root instead of the square root.
So our 3 is basically our base. And so,
Your base is your square root of 20.
You must.
Your 3 is your coefficient.
Oh my God. Miss, you multiply by 2 because of the
Because what you
circle,
pull out
right?
front, yes.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, I need to bring out 8.
2.
2 and 4. 2 and 2. 2 and 1. What am I grouping? 2s. Okay, I already have a negative 3 out front. I need to multiply that by my 2 that I'm bringing out front. So negative 6 square roots of 2. Because you have a 2 left over. Okay, now we combine. What goes together? The square root of 2s. So my square root of 2s then, we add the coefficients. So negative 3 and negative 6, negative 9, square roots of 2, plus 6 square roots of 5.
What could you do? That's the final answer?
Mhm.
Could you add either of them? Or you only have to make negative or positive?
I mean, if I had -3 plus 6, it would be +3.
No, but can you do, can I add and subtract any of those? Or is that just-
Add and subtract what? I don't know what you mean by any of those.
Okay, that any underlying thing. You see what's underlying that?
Uh-huh.
Can I add that to any of the others?
You can only add it to the like terms. So just like you can only add 2x and 3x, you can't add. Okay,
Oh, so it has to be the like term
Right.
inside.
so can I add 2x and 2x squared? No, these are not the same. In order to combine them, it has to be the same root and the same number underneath. So I can't put that with the middle one because it's the square root of 5.
I can't.
Okay.
Should we?
Okay. This next one. Okay, so we need to take care of 20. 2 and 10. 2 and 5. 5 and 1. Group the 2's. The 2 goes and multiplies with the -2 that's already there. So -4 square roots of 5, because I have a 5 left over. Okay, we also need to break down 18.
18, I did.
2 and 9,
9. I mean, 3.
3 and 3,
And 1.
3 and 1. Group the 3's. That goes out front. I already have a 2 out there, so this becomes 6 square roots of 2. Okay. Jackie already said this last one can't be simplified. It's already simple.
Yeah, it
The
is.
square root of 5, you can't break that down. So we just bring it down.
Okay, this coming easy now. Yeah.
Okay? So the only 2 that can combine are my 2 square roots of 5. And that gives me -6 square roots of 5 plus 6 square roots of 2.
Oh, I get it now. Do you really? I'm just playing. I don't think she does. You gotta stop being on feeling. No, don't. It's funny.
Okay,
She got
take a look at this one.
Let's see. Some of them are already from. Yeah, you can't do so. Wait a minute. Well, you will put them together, right? No, you would.
Can I simplify any of these?
No.
Ooh. What does 6 break down into?
3 and 2.
3 and 2. Can I circle anything?
Oh.
No. The square root of 6 is already simplified. So all I need to do here is combine like terms. This goes with this, and that becomes what? -4 square roots of 5 minus the square root of 6.
Heck yeah, we do.
Okay, so as you do these, you're going to learn that you can't take the square root of 6. Okay, you can't take the square root of 10. That's already simplified. Okay, so you'll get used to the ones that kind of just are already there. Okay. So if I scoochie.
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 You can't do 5 or 6. We gotta do 45 and 2.
Okay, so Jackie already said I can't do this one and I can't do this one. So let's take care of the other 2. Let's break down some 45. 5 and 9. 3 and 3. 3 and 1. Group in twos. So -3 square roots of 5.
Please dismiss the track team at this time.
She's going to.
Okay. The next one doesn't simplify, so bring it down. The next one, we're breaking down 20. 2 and 10, 2 and 5, 5 and 1. If you use this,
It'll be negative.
you can't. You have to pull out. If you did the factor tree, yeah, because you got to break down 4 some more.
Absolutely the same thing.
Oh, that does equal. Oh,
You can do it's -2, right?
So we group in twos. The 2 comes out front with the negative, so -2 square roots of 5. And -2 square roots of 6, because that does not simplify. So now I actually have 3 like terms to go together. So deal with the coefficients. -3, +2, -2. So it's -3 square roots of 5 minus 2 square roots of 6.
I didn't say nothing. Oops.
Okay.
Can't take that. Oh, wait.
Even though you've got the square root of 18 and the square root of 18, it still needs to be simplified. The square root of 18 can be broken down. Okay. So I understand that you can combine them, and if you want to combine them first and then simplify, you can do that, but you still need to simplify it. So would you like me to combine first and then simplify?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we combine first and then simplify, this becomes 4 square roots of 18 minus 2 square roots of 12. Okay. They are like terms because they're both the square root of 18. But now we still need to simplify. So 18 breaks down into 2 and 9, 3 and 3, 3 and 1. I circle in twos, so I bring a 3 out front to multiply with my 4. So this becomes 12 square roots of 2. I need to break down 12. 2 and 6. 2 and 3. 3 and 1. Again, I circle in twos. Bring that 2 out front to be multiplied against my -2. So we have -4 square roots of 3.
So why wouldn't it be 3 squared on 3 for the first one? 12 instead of 2. Because 2 is only left
Because
over.
2 is the only thing left over. 2 is the only thing that's not circled.
Okay.
Everything that's not circled goes back underneath that square root. Okay? So because this is square root of 2 and square root of 3, we are finished.
Yeah, we are.
Okay?
Can we do this one by myself?
Sure.
No.
I mean,
Sorry. You don't know
I mean, you can't do this by yourself. Well,
you can.
you can. It'll be short though.
I mean, that's what all these were for you guys to do by yourselves. I already had stuff.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I already had stuff. I got you. All right. So combine. These two go together. -6 square roots of 3 minus the square root of 8. Okay. The first one is already simplified. But 8 breaks down into 2 and 4, 2 and 2, 2 and 1. Oops. Circle in groups of 2. So this becomes -2 square roots of 2. And because they're all both different now, that is your final answer. Okay. So when you're finished adding or subtracting, everything needs to be in simplest terms, and everything that can combine together needs to go together. Okay, let me show you how to glue this all in. Okay.
112, right?
Yes. Okay, your circle is gluing in at the top of page 112. At the bottom of the page, I need you to glue in your booklet. Where's your little rectangle? Okay. This piece also needs glued in. Please pay attention. Okay. You are only putting glue along this outside edge
I'm so
to glue it in. Because then this is going to be the pocket that you're going to take these and slide them into.
This is on 112 too, right?
Yes. All of this is on 112. Okay. So that is how you glue that all in. I want you to work on those 6 problems right now. If you have questions or you want them checked, please come see me. I will gladly look at them for you. Okay? You need to go back and work on your simplifying radicals after that, if you did not finish L4 and L5. And today we added on L9, is it?
No, I decided to get this book is so
Today we added on L9.